Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you want me to review some of your games, please just tell me your chess account in the comments below and I'll try my best to reviewing your games and provide you with tips for becoming a better chess player. Today we have the chess intrigue person. He's from India. He played a lot of rapid games and lost some, won some. We're gonna see the first game that he won, oh sorry, the last game that he played, and we're gonna see what mistakes he did and his opponent. He's rated 1082, so it's really nice. Opponent played e4. He played the Scandinavian defense, and opponent decided to push. Most of the time they just take, queen takes, and when the knight attacks, the queen goes to a5 or the queen goes all the way back. But this is uncommon kind of gameplay from the opponent. Okay, so what black should have done is just, instead of this move, just put the bishop on f5, continue developing. If he attacked you, you can go here. He attacks you one more time, you go back. So you are forcing a lot of weaknesses. So there's no way in hell it's going to castle this way. And your bishop is going to be strong this way. You're going to promote, develop your knight, uh, go here. Yeah, because I don't really understand this second move, c5. Okay, so everything seems good now. Blocking with the knight. Okay. And white decided to play c3. Maybe white is preparing d4, attacks the bishop. White just decided to lose the bishop. Very nice. I mean, 1000 elo and you just blunder your piece. Very nice. Okay, so far so good. So queen c7 trying to add pressure on this pawn, but it can be easily defended. So the best move in this position, not to move the queen, is to block the pawn from moving by going e6, put the bishop out, or get the knight out, and activate your pieces. Don't just play with two pieces against one that can be easily defended. Okay, so this is a big mistake. Just go e6. He is defending while also attacking this pawn. Black did see it and blocked the attack. White is trying so hard to take this pawn. Queen goes to b6. It's really ugly. You have to know, my friend, the chess intrigue person. You have to know the value of the pieces, okay? This piece, this pawn is value one point, okay? And the queen values 9. So imagine like a queen protecting a stupid pawn. You could just like bring the knight back. You could go bishop a6 defending here. You could use a low value piece, a lower than the queen, and defend the pawn. But defending the pawn with a queen is really bad because now white has bishop e3 attacking your queen. So the queen has to move somewhere else. And you cannot stay attached to the pawn because he will attack you. And I know that you can go en passant and stuff, but it's really not good because you allow the opponent to activate his bishop by going bishop to e3. Let me see if white did that. Yes, white did that. You went here trying to hang on to this pawn. The idea what is the idea here? There is no idea here. White thought for a moment that he might have this, but you always have en passant, but takes, and the knight can move somewhere else and adding some trouble at the queen. So yeah, he was supposed to go b4, but anyway, you decided to go g6. Maybe you're trying to open up for the bishop, but it's better to put the bishop on g7, the knight and the knight on h6 and to castle this way. This is better. But putting the bishop on h6, it's bad because the knight cannot move, therefore you cannot castle, therefore your king is not safe. And white decided to push e6. Now, if you decided to take their queen takes, there's no attacks on you whatsoever. Maybe with the knight here trying to add pressure, but it will be just a check and can be easily defended by the knight. But you decided to push. I mean, this pawn is going to be very strong now. Okay, so he's just attacking this. Man, look. I know that you are up a piece, a full piece, but you have to respond to your opponent's threats. You should just draw an arrow from this work. Look at this work. It's aiming at your pawn. Your pawn is not defended. You think it's defended, but there's a knight in the way. You could have just moved the knight back, trying to add pressure on this pawn, and trying to go here. You're defending the pawn. You're also preparing rook a6 to take this pawn and attack the queen. So going back with the knight, going here, trying to attack while also this is defended. This is how you're supposed to respond to your opponent. But you decided to go bishop g7 and completely ignore this. You're open up for the bishop. I know it's a really smart move, but weakens this square a lot, like a lot. So knight g5, threatening knight f7, the rook is trapped. White did not see it. White is going here for some reason that nobody knows. White thinks that there's some kind of sack and the queen might get in, but there's nothing. Even if there was no rook here and queen check, you can always go there and you're completely safe. So what did you do? You decided to go knight f6, attacking the rook. Okay. To be honest, there was a better move, I guess, which is, I don't think that this is the best move, no. Here because he can take with the pawn over the bishop, attacking the queen. But if there was no queen here, maybe like let's say that it was here, you could have went knight b4, attacking the rook. But this one is also better. Wait, bishop d4, bishop d4, adding pressure. I don't understand this move. It just takes here, you go there, and if he takes. But you decide to take the bishop, very nice. Now take the rook, please, with the bishop, very nice. Because if you take with the knight, you lose your bishop. Okay, so far so good. He's trying to hang on to this pawn. You castle right now. Okay, now you are completely safe. There's no attack on you whatsoever. Queen here is trying to attack the pawn. You decide to take the knight. Very nice. You are defending this pawn, but you lost this one. Okay, so far so good. There's nothing. Okay. Try to make improving moves, okay? Improve your knight. Open up for the bishop, okay? You could have attacked the queen like this and had control of the d-file. But going rook b6, it's the ugliest move ever because your rook. Maybe you're trying to go here to move the queen away and take this pawn. Maybe. Let's see. What happened? Looks like white resigned. Yeah, white resigned in his position. Okay, so seems very good. Just some problems in the opening. I mean, what is this? What is this? You're supposed to put just the bishop out here, f5. Can continue the pawn chain and try to get the bishop out here, the second bishop. Develop your knight. Here, your opponent just plundered a piece. Like here, you are moving only one piece. You should not be moving one piece. You are supposed to go e6, getting the knight out, get the bishop out. This is what you're supposed to do. And if you want to protect the stupid pawn, protect it with the bishop. The bishop is value 3 and the queen is value 9. So why do you want to protect the pawn with a queen? Protect it with the bishop. Just go bishop a6 and that's it. It's defended. Okay, so this is the second mistake. Here, I mean, I guess he didn't like the idea of him taking back, but he could have went like knight f6 and everything's fine. He doesn't have any checks. This is not a mating threat because there's the knight and there's the bishop. Yeah, but you did not. Okay, here you did not respond to your opponent attack. You could have just moved the knight back, as I told you, adding pressure on the pawn. You're preparing rook a6, attacking the pawn and attacking the queen then. And this move allows you to defend your pawn. But you decided just to give it away. Here you opened up for the bishop. weakened a lot of squares here. So your opponent was supposed to go knight to g5, threatening knight to f7. And if knight to g5, I think you're supposed to go h5, and if he attacks you, you're gonna put your rook on h7, which is the ugliest square for your knight, for your rook. Sorry. So this is a mistake that your opponent should have punished, but he did not. Here, everything seems fine. You decided to exchange everything. Very nice of you. And now just opponent decided to resign. I mean, really, really nice game. Some mistakes. You're gonna see another game where you lost. Okay, this is the game that you lost. Let me see. Let me go. Okay, so you are an e4 guy. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, the Raul Lopez. Okay, now knight f6, Berlin defense. Okay, everything seems fine. Taking here. I mean, here you could have just won a pawn. How? This pawn is. I mean, you could have just take. You could have just taken the queen. Rook takes here. He takes here. You go here. Whenever he moves his knight, you have knight g6 check. When he blocks, you win the rook. I know that it's a little bit complicated to see that, but let's try to calculate how to win the material. Bishop takes, knight, bishop takes, or pawn takes, we don't care. We go takes, knight takes e5. Okay, or first we exchange the queens, okay, then we go knight takes e5. And if he takes here, you attack the knight. And if the knight moves somewhere else, I already told you, you have this check, you win the rook. Okay, because it's the discovered check. But when you go takes, 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 and you decided to attack the knight, let's say that he tried to defend the knight, you can just attack it with f3, and when the knight moves, you still have knight g6 check and win the rook. Okay, so this is a free pawn, e5, but it's okay. Really beautiful move, trying to develop your knight. Okay, I don't hate it. Oh, I just said it's a beautiful move. Now it's the ugliest move ever. Don't move the piece twice in the opening. Do not move the piece twice in the opening. The knight here is developed. The knight here is defending the pawn, is controlling some squares in the center, and it's defending the bishop. So it's the most beautiful square for your knight on c3. Now, going knight to e2, first of all, you lose this pawn. Second of all, your knight is looking at nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bad move to go knight e2. Now, black just missed the, it's just a free pawn, but black did not take it. Okay, let me tell you if this is a good move or not. This is definitely not a good move. Why? Well, your queen and bishop are trapped, so you cannot get them out whatsoever, because of the stupid knight is just protecting this. You could have just went back here, the same square that you were, and get the bishop out, and this would be much better. Okay, knight d4, attacking the bishop twice. Take the bishop, take the knight, very nice. And here, attacking the bishop, threatening fork, very nice. Now opponent goes bishop c5, defending this pawn, everything fine is fine. You could have went e5. Okay, this is still a free pawn, man. You should not be blundering your pawn. I mean, this does make sense, bishop g5, if there was a rook or a queen there. But there's nothing there, so he could just move the knight anywhere, or just take this free pawn. He cannot go here, sorry. He could just take this free pawn. And he decided to push. I mean, you are playing with fire here. I mean, do you think that your opponent is gonna take d takes c3 and you're gonna win the queen? Well, he could just take here, Hit take back. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the thing is here in this position, you're focused so much on the idea that if pawn takes, I'm gonna win the queen. And you just played it. I mean, just let me see. You did not even waste that much of time. He just went c3. If pawn takes, I'm gonna win his queen. I'm so smart. But you just blundered your bishop for free. You take here. This is not even an equal trade because the bishop can take or the queen can take. For black, it's better to take with the queen, forcing a queen trade and playing up a piece. But it's okay. This move is really beautiful. He cannot take because he loses this. Now he went here, queen d5, go back, of course gonna take. And now here I think you resigned because you didn't like the idea of queen takes, pawn takes. You're gonna have a weak king, double pawn. Your opponent gonna be up a piece. You're gonna lose this pawn. The rook will be devastating. So yeah, you lost this game. Let's see, review it. E4, E5, knight f3, knight c6. Okay, all this. Yeah, here you just missed the idea of just takes. Okay, so this is the move that did you a lot of bad things. This knight is developed. Okay, you should always ask yourself: is my knight developed? Well, the knight is defending a pawn. This is number one. Number two, controlling some squares and defending a piece. So the square for the knight is really great. You should not move the knight. Okay, neither this knight. You should move your knight. You move your bishop to g5, pinning the knight to the queen. You could have went rook e1. You could have went h3, but stopping the knight or the bishop from going here. Uh, Either like a3 as well. Every single one of these moves does make sense, but knight a2 is really bad because knight a2, you gotta ask yourself: is my knight developed? Well, it's looking at nothing in the center, only looking at this square and this square. So you're not controlling the center with your knight. That means that your knight is not active. And you also lost a pawn, a free pawn. And your opponent for like a million times did not even take it. Here, this move I already told you, it's already really bad because the bishop is blocked. The queen is blocked and not participate in anything. He went here with the knight. He decided to trade everything and decided to go here. Okay. Here was better to go e5, but decided to go here. And now your opponent, I mean, he did not even see knight takes e4, but you just told him, I mean, come on, man, you really don't see knight takes e4? And now he just blundered your piece, and this is enough to lose the game. Okay, now we're gonna see another game that you lost. This is the first one that we saw, second one, let me see this one, third one. Okay, let me go here. e4, d5. You really like this Scandinavian, don't you? Why in every position they push? I mean, you're supposed to. Well, okay. Oh my gosh, man, what is it with this opening? Very nice. Okay. Everything is nice here. Everything's nice. He did not blunder anything. Takes bishop takes. Very nice, beautiful. Adding pressure there. Okay, so knight e7. So I'm guessing the idea behind knight e7 is to castle kingside, and that's it, right? But I think you should have. Uh, well, a very common threat right now is knight a4. You should not. I mean, you can't do anything. If you try to go here, that will be a fork. No, sorry. If here, check, that will be a fork. So the best move here is to go knight e4, and you lost a piece. You really lost a piece with knight e7. But your opponent did not see it. Okay. So you should always look at this. Like there's bishop and a queen. They can be both attacked with knight a5. You cannot go here. Okay, you cannot go here trying to defend because there's the bishop. And after knight a5, you don't have this check because you can just have this fork, b4, and one of the two pieces will be lost. Yeah, so your opponent missed knight a5. This is a blunder, a terrible blunder. because you did not see knight a4. You should always ask yourself what my opponent can do with his pieces. Okay, this move attacks both of the bishop and the queen, and it's not really easy to protect the bishop. And if you try to protect the bishop, you're gonna get forked and you're gonna lose the bishop. Okay, so maybe the best move here, maybe to sack the bishop for at least a pawn, and just move away. Yeah, but your opponent did not see it. Instead, he went here b4, which is really bad. What the? Why did you decide to take with the knight, man? Okay. The thing is, I mean, the knight is controlling some squares. The knight is a little bit better than your bishop. So just give it away. You're gonna lose it anyway for a pawn. So just go bishop takes f2, rook takes f2, and that's it. But anyway, you decided to give the knight. Okay, so this castling as well did you a lot of trouble. Now you're supposed to go a5. Okay. Okay. So this trade is not good for you whatsoever. Because first of all, wait. I'm just still there right now. What the hell is happening? It's just a free knight. Oh my god, man. Okay, so it's just a free. Okay. It's just a free knight. Your opponent blundered as well as you blundered as well. Okay. Now here, it's really ugly. Just go b6, man. Go b6 and go rook c8 and try to go for the 7th rank. Try to improve your nice position. You could have went here, adding some trouble. But putting your rook behind a pawn is not really... Yeah, your pawn will not be pushed. Why? Because there's a rook there. Okay, so you're only focusing on this side. Please, come on, man. So you decided to go here. This pawn is weak. No! Okay. In this position, you have to ask yourself, what is happening? There are two passed pawns, okay? Nobody can stop them. Just make sure to protect this pawn, man. You could have went here. You could have went rook b4 and tried to defend like this. So rook b4 defends this pawn. And any knight move doesn't do anything. Literally doesn't do anything because the knight cannot intervene. So rook b4 is really nice. You're double attacking this. You're defending the pawn. Everything's fine. But you decided to give away the pawn. You gave this check. It doesn't mean anything to give this check. Now you want to double up. Why do you want to double up? Your rooks are looking at nothing. They're looking at their own pawn. Okay, I guess he should have went here and that's it. Okay, so you went here with a knight, try to save your knight. Nice. That you are aiming for a fork. Now the best move is to give a check. Move somewhere else and go here maybe. But no. Okay. So this is a fork. Very nice that you still spot that. Takes, check. You could move away. This could be a check. You go here, and it could have been made, but there's a rook there. So you're lucky there. Oh my gosh, if you move the other rook somehow. Okay, so this will be... Don't even say that. What? You resigned? Man! Knight f6, they always try to go here, and now... Bro, what is this? You resigned, you're thinking that, oh my god, I cannot stop rook h7. Dude, just take the damn rook. Just take it. You're not supposed to give this check. Just take the rook. Because this check he could have went here, and after you take, he could have taken this pawn. Oh my god, you resign thinking that you're losing? I mean, it looks really strong that you cannot really stop the mate, but you could just take it. Rook take, king takes g7. Okay, let's just review it fast. You're going for the same kind of opening, which is really, 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 really passive. But this is a better version of it. It's better than the first game that we reviewed. Here you just blundered your bishop with this move, knight e7. You did not spot how you could your opponent could attack you. The best move is to go knight a4. You're losing the bishop 100%. You could not do anything. Here your opponent also blundered the knight, takes, takes, takes. And now he decided to push the pawns. Very beautiful. Okay, here, right here, you were supposed to go rook b4. He cannot take this pawn. He cannot attack your rook. You could go rook a8 before taking this pawn and taking this pawn and taking this pawn. It's really nice. Just defend this pawn, because this pawn will attack somehow this rook, and you're gonna start marching them forward. But you just have to give it away. This check doesn't do anything. Here all these moves doesn't yeah, this move does make sense. You were aiming at knight d1 check, it's fork. He went back, you move your king, you gave it check. This is really sneaky check out of you. You gave a d4 check, and if he takes, which he did, that you're gonna have a fork, and that's it. But here he went rook g7, and you decided, oh, I gotta resign. Rook 8-7. It's unstoppable mate because the king cannot go here, and I cannot stop this check. Bro, king takes g7. Oh my god. Your opponent did actually run away with that. Okay, you're gonna see another game that you lost. So I've seen the first three. Let me see the fourth one. You did lost this one as well. Let me go for the beginning. E4, E5, knight f3. Okay, so Scotch. Okay. Here, I mean, okay, okay. You decided to castle. Decided to go here with the knight. Okay. What is that? Okay. So now he's protecting everything. You could just go back with the knight, please. Okay, just take the bishop, of course. Take the only piece in the position that is not active. The bishop cannot move, bro. Why did you exchange the knight for the bishop? The knight is active here, okay? The knight is active. Just go back. Just go back. When he takes, you could just take. This is not a free pawn. If he attack you, just go here, keep protecting this pawn, and that's it. So we're gonna just e4, e5, knight f3, d6, d4. Here, one of the moves, maybe to push, or maybe just to take. If pawn takes, just go queen takes, knight takes, and you want a pawn. If pawn takes, knight takes here, give it a check, takes, and try to aim for the pawn and develop your pieces quickly and castle your king because your opponent is going to be in the center of the board. This is a mistake. You're just supposed to take this. But anyhow, here you decided to castle and not take. Okay, it's a good move. Here, you're going for a really cheap trap. He can just defend it with any kind of way. He can defend it with this, and you don't have an attack anymore. Maybe you're trying to add pressure here, but you're gonna get 95. You go back, and he just takes, you takes, and now your attack is over, and your opponent is up a pawn for now. He decided to go here, decided to take this. Here is a good move. Here for black, I mean, just take. It's not really, yeah, it's not that important. Okay, so here he attacked your knight, double attacking your knight. I mean, it's like you looked at this, but you only looked at knight takes bishop. You have to ask yourself, what is my piece value? The knight is valued 3, and also the bishop is valued 3. But this knight is 100% better than this bishop, because the bishop is undeveloped. It cannot be also developed because it's blocked by the own pawn, blocked by the own queen. by the own pawn, so he cannot move the bishop. So why would you trade the powerful knight for a weak bishop? Just go back. If he attacked you, you could have attacked the queen somehow with knight d5, and that's it. But you decided to give it away. That's okay. You decide to go back with the bishop. You just want your bishop to be active. Okay, I don't hate it. He went all the way back. Fine. Now he's gonna get your bishop. You really love the bishop, don't you? Okay. Sorry. Okay, you went b4 trying to attack the knight. Knight c6. Everything seems fine. The knight is trying to go here. So now it's better to go f4. The knight is 100% restricted. Go f4, the knight cannot participate in the game whatsoever unless it went back, but it's also looking at nothing. So I'm guessing f4? No, you did not go f4. You're aiming at here, here, here. The knight has to move somewhere else, and when the knight moves, you have checkmate. Okay, I do not hate it, but the knight can just move to the square I just told you about. And now here. Okay. Your opponent is lucky that there's a bishop there. The king has an escape route, and you don't have even this check. So maybe you could have went f4. Okay, if the knight went back, you could have went queen here, trying to bend the knight to force the rook mate. But here, I mean, come on. Of course, you're looking at bishop takes f1, but try to look for attacking chances. You have this queen check, you could have this mate, but the king can escape. So try to attack the knight. If he takes the rook, take the knight. When he takes back, you have a check, and he is forced to block. Or you could have given this check first, and when he moves away, you could have given the other check. Yeah, but always look for better ways to improve your position, not only him attacking you, just move away. But it's okay. Your opponent just saw that and he just decided, oh, I just want to run away. Okay. Sorry about that. Some difficulties here. Hold up a second. Okay. So, would you please explain to me Queen d5? You should develop your bishop, develop your knight somehow. Like, move your pieces. Not stop using only one or two pieces for your attack. I know that it's a fancy move, he cannot take you because it's pinned, but knight e7 allows your opponent to develop his knight while also attack you. Yeah, exactly. Now you're going back. Now you lost your rook. So with this move, you have to ask yourself, can he attack me? Well, yeah, rook a8. Rook a8, you don't have queen d4 defending because there's a pawn there. And once you move anywhere else, his rook will take your rook, and that's it. You lost. Your opponent. Oh, I thought that you moved away. You took the rook, man. Okay. You have to ask yourself, what? This is kind of. It's not called a battery. This is called a freaking truck, a train attacking you. You move away. You don't go jump in its face, man. Okay, because queen takes, rook takes. Sorry, rook takes, and then rook takes. Okay, your opponent is up a pawn, and you decide to resign. It's not a losing position because he has this double pawns. You have isolated pawn, but it's okay. The game is. You could have just improved the position of your knight, trying to go here. Uh, yeah, it's not losing. It's not losing because here the rook cannot really attack the pawn. It's protected by the rook. Here you could have tried to do something else. You could have making a like g3, put a square for the king, so that you can move your rook freely whenever you want. So it's not really a losing position, but you just up a pawn. He's gonna have double pawn, so it's like equal because of this stupid pawn structure. But it's okay. Let's see another game, or We're gonna see another game just like for fast. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see this one. Playing against someone from Egypt. Let me see. E4. Really nice. Oh, come on. Come on. Why bishop e3, man? Bishop e3, it's not developing your piece because it's looking at the pawn. This pawn is already protected by the queen, so there's no need to protect it with the bishop. Improve your position of your knight. Go knight c3, go knight f3, put the bishop on f4, put the bishop on c4, castle your king. This is what you're supposed to do, but you decided to go e3, bishop e3. Okay, maybe you're trying to go knight c3 and castle queenside. Let's see. I mean, a pawn is hanging. Okay? How can I defend it and improve a piece, not a pawn? This weakens this square. This is number one. Number two, it doesn't develop anything. So, oh, sorry. Okay, so instead of this move, you could have went knight c3, defending this pawn. Yeah, but everything seems fine. You decided to trade. I guess you're supposed to push this pawn, not this one. You are supposed to go h4, h5. Okay, now h4, very nice. h5. He decided to attack your knight. Just move queen c1, very nice. He takes the pawn, it's okay. Please take the pawn, very nice. Give a check, take the other one, give another check. And now your attack is over because you don't have anything else. I guess you're down a pawn. So the way to win a pawn, to win it back at least, like bishop takes, pawn takes, and maybe queen here, queen d3, pinning the knight to the king. But he can move away. Yeah, it looks like okay, this just loses a pawn. Attacking this one, defending. Okay, now your position is completely dead. You're threatening bishop takes knight, but the king moved away. Very nice. Developing your knight, developing your bishop. I mean, put the rook there first, then develop your bishop, because now with bishop h3 your rook is blocked. You cannot move the rook. Queen here, trying to go for this mate. You attack the knight, very nice. Now he's attacking your rook. You went here. Oh, okay. So a sneaky attack on the knight. Oh, that's not an attack. That's a bulldozer. What the hell is that? But you could have went here, knight takes. Please tell me that you went knight takes f4. Very nice. He takes the bishop. Did he just took the bishop? Take with the knight. Take with... Okay. Your knight is hanging. Okay? Take with the knight. It's protected by the rook. He cannot do anything. Would you take like this, you're up material. But he decided to take with the rook. He gave you a check. Another check, and that's... Oh my goodness. I mean, okay, let's calculate a little bit. He gave you this check. You have to ask yourself where my opponent can go. Where my king can go. Can go to the d2, b2. b2, this pawn is pinned, so that will be check, and you cannot go here or go back, so that will be mate. If you went here, does he have any kind of checks? Well, this have a check, but it's not mate because there's a knight. So maybe when you move here, he tries to attack you, and maybe you can have some kind of like check and stuff. And when he moves here, you give another check. He moves back, and that will be mate. Man, come on, that was the best move for you. Is to go king d2. This is not mate, not mate, because the knight can take. And even if kind of checks, you could just block, man. You could just block. But you decide to go here, and that's a beautiful mate by your opponent. Let's just review it fast. Your opening is not that good. Please, next time, develop the knight first. Okay? Get the bishop out on this line, on f5 and f4 and c4, not on e3, protecting this pawn. You don't need this pawn. Of course, it's a central pawn, but it's already protected. and it can be easily protected and while developing a piece. So it's really nice to go knight f3. Here you decided to go queen there, trying to prepare against this thing. Okay, so everything seems fine now. He attacks you. I mean, so far so good, there's nothing wrong, but after this you just lost your attack. Your attack is over. Here you had some chances with this one, which is knight takes, and just rook takes, and you could have went queen here. It tries to defend. Yeah, but here you could have went knight takes. I mean, just calculate. If rook takes, you could have went just bishop takes here. You take, you give a check. He goes here. You give another check. You go back, and that will be mate with the rook h8. And here you could have just taken with the knight, man. And your opponent went for the king, did not went for any piece trade. Very nice. And you blundered king b2. That will be mate with the knight. Hopefully you learned something from this video, learned from your games. But the most important thing that you're supposed to do is, do you see this? Do you see this? Your accuracy was 70%. You should review your games, man. Look, you did not review any game. You only reviewed one game. So try to review the games that you play and learn from them, okay? Or just uh, assign me as your chess coach and I'll review every single game that you play and tell you how to improve and reach 1500 in freaking 1 month only. Okay, if you only want to. Okay, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.